Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Jared from Beaumont Underground Metal Movement. I'm here with our band of the month for the month of May, my boys in Behelit.
What's up? Hi. What's going on? My name's Nathan. I play the drums.
Jared, bass. Jesse, B, guitar, vocals.
All right, basically, guys, I'm going to ask you all the same questions that I usually ask everybody. Just answer them, and everybody will get an idea of who the hell you are. Let you know what's up.
Nice.
Who inspired the band name? All right. Where did you get Behelit?
It's kind of embarrassing.
It's a question for the ages.
I'm like a big anime nerd, so like there's this anime I watched. There's this anime I watched called Berserk, and it's the shit. A bunch of people dying and death, so that's what inspired it.
There's Asians too.
Lots of.
And that was it.
That was it. Yeah.
Tell us how that like relates to Berserk.
Well, there's this trinket. It's like a orb with like a messed up face on it. When you cover it with blood, it sends you and your friends to this alternate dimension where the person who owned the trinket, he'll sacrifice his friends, and what happens is they get eaten by demons so that the person can become a demon himself.
Mother of God. God.
And there's Asians.
I knew it had to do with like anime, but I didn't know that was like it. That's like the coolest thing.
Yeah, when he told me it had to do with anime, I'm like,
no.
I'm like, what the fuck? And they told me, I was like, oh, that's not so bad.
It's pretty beast. So I'm guessing that you're also the person who founded Behelit.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah. He is Behelit.
Pretty much. But now they got new songs, he can't be like, oh, Behelit. We're like, hey, no.
It started with me and I got my friend Tristan Lovelace, great drummer.
Phenomenal.
We ended up, it didn't work out so well, so after a little hiatus, we rebuilt, and I got Nathan, Jared, and it's just been history since then.
Who does most of the composition for that?
I do.
You write all of it?
Almost all of it, 95%.
Awesome. Beast mode. Hey, what's up, Jillian? How you doing?
Okay,
I've been drinking a little bit, so I'm gonna read this shit.
Scroll through the questions.
Band style. Who are your influences as far as style goes? And I know you don't want to say I sound like this band, but I'm talking about bands that influence the style that Behelit has.
Really, like stuff like Gorguts or Cannibal Corpse, Hate Eternal.
I was just about to say that.
That would probably be about the three main influence that I draw from to try to shape.
A little bit of Richard Simmons on there.
That's the spandex and no shirts.
Yeah. We're getting lumber during practice.
All right, now I'll do this question every time. Jaren's already answered it, and I don't remember his answer when he was doing the Avarice one.
I don't remember it either.
He was drunk then.
You got to pick one. You're on an island, a deserted island. You have to pick one of these. It can be any flavor, but you have to pick one of these to have for the whole time you're on the island, which is the rest of your life. Pudding or Jello?
Oh, that'd be Jello, man.
Jello. Pudding.
So I knew that. I didn't remember it because I fucking hated his answer.
I'm gonna have to go with Jello. Luby's represent.
That's 2 out of 3. That's 66.6%.
Snack pack.
I got you. I got you.
The little line. What are the aspirations of Avarice? And I know y'all know what aspirations mean.
Behelit.
I said Avarice. See, I'm sitting here talking to you, and it's jacking me up. Of Behelit. What are the aspirations of Behelit? And what I mean by that, I know y'all know what I mean by aspirations, but I'm talking about, what are y'all's ultimate goals? Like, do you just want to stay around here and just play for fun, or are you looking to make it as a band?
Really, we just want to play shows wherever and make friends, make fans. Doesn't matter where. It could be here, it could be fucking New York,
Yeah,
Europe, anywhere.
Well, for me, man, if we had to stay around here and make studio albums, and you know, if it's still Slade and had national attention, that'd be great. But you know, nationally torn would be great too. But ultimately, if we had to stay around here, just you know, drop fucking records and fucking hopefully get national attention.
So wrapping up, essentially, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. You're gonna make the best music you can, and the recognition that it gets is the recognition that it gets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, we're not gonna cry like we never go.
right. I think that's
And
the
we're not gonna
mentality.
give up. We're still gonna.
It's personal satisfaction.
Yeah, and
all
do what you
in all.
want to
For
do.
sure,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. I think that's the mentality that every band should have, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Because what it really boils down to me, it is about the music. It's about what your fans draw from your music. If they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. Whatever, you know?
It's not about money. Like every show I've played, I've been paid maybe 5 times. It's been like $10, 2
beers.
and like I don't give a shit about that, man. I got to come out and play on a Friday night. Like otherwise, I'd be sitting in my house playing video games or something.
Let it be known, we lose money to do this.
Yeah. It's like a negative.
But obviously, if we didn't love it, we wouldn't fucking do it. So.
That's right.
Obviously,
And me being in a local band, I understand that it's at this level, and it's hard, you know, for me to see some of these national act bands that have this diva attitude. You know, it's almost like they've forgotten that there was
they were at this
point in
point,
time where they were playing in somebody's uncle's garage on some crap.
With like just family members there.
And when they were playing
girlfriends.
shows, there was 12 people there at a time.
Yeah.
You know, and they forget that, and it's almost a shame that they do. You know, but then you have the ones that stay true to their fan base and they do what they do and they write what they write they're writing the same as they did when they started. You know, and you know, I kudos to those bands. Guilty pleasure bands. Bands that you jam in your car and you don't want anybody else to know. And I don't care. You can't don't tell me. You know, I don't care if people know you know what I mean. Bands that you're like like Matt likes Nickelback.
Yeah, well, no,
fan.
you see, because I saw the interview with Avarice, and I knew that we were going to be interviewed, and I was on the way to work, or actually at work. I was like, I know he's going to ask that question, man. I don't know what. I was trying to come up with an answer, man. I really fucking. Fuck.
No, dude, I hang out with this dude all the time. He literally listens to just death metal. He literally like I hang out with him all the time. Everything else he just does not like. He is straight.
There's nothing.
I've never heard him listen to anything else.
Classic rock. That's
That's not a guilty pleasure.
Bob Seger. I love Bob.
Yeah,
Seger.
that's not guilty pleasure.
No. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I just listen to straight fucking brutal death metal. No. No, that's to say that I actually had to think about that, and I had no answer because
No fun, Nathan.
I am not.
Mine is you said like riding in the car, knowing like when I'm going to work and I'm like extremely hungover or something, and I'm not feeling metal because it'll just hurt my brain. Like,
Right.
I'll throw in like an old Minus the Bear CD one of my friends gave me, and I'm like, okay, it's cool. But I think to just even it out for all of us, him being lame and me not really saying anything, he probably has a bunch. I found CDs in this fucker's car, and I'm like, Jill, listen to them. He's like, no, those are mine.
Yeah, I'll save this question from burning. And I'm going to go against you, man. I don't care. I know it is a guilty pleasure. I don't care what you say. Lady Gaga, Justin Bieber.
Oh,
I said it. I said it.
Worst of the worst.
Bieber. Motherfucker can sing. He can.
Jesse's got Bieber fever.
Yes, I do.
Bieber fever.
He can sing.
Oh my God.
Gaga.
If
got
I
some
was
sick
your
EDM.
He's
girlfriend.
got a sick sack.
All right, next question.
Oh, no. Bieber fever. I can't even.
Hey, Rihanna.
I can't even read this.
You're all shook up.
One of the questions was, what do you like to listen to other than metal? That was the next one, but we already know. Jesse, I love you. Like,
For being honest, yeah.
wow.
Mind
I don't even know what to
fucked.
say.
Mind fucked.
Oh my God. Y'all have any other hobbies other than music? We're moving on.
drinking beer. Why?
That's not a hobby.
For him, yes, it is.
It's a hobby for all of us.
Yeah,
I'm not knocking that out.
actually,
Not at that
Yeah, I
level.
don't think you understand.
Actually, it goes death metal, drums, all the music, all that right there, and then MMA is like
That's what's up.
right fucking there. I've fucking flown to Vegas twice to go see events. I've probably been to fucking 5 UFC events total. I'm just completely batshit for mixed martial arts.
That's what's
man.
up.
It's a hobby. I've never tried to want to do it for myself. My brother does do, or he does jujitsu, but
Yeah, he fights out of the same gym
Yeah,
as my
yeah.
little boy goes to.
yeah, fucking but yeah, dude. I'll have my headphones on, drinking a beer. I'm surprised. I'm glad my girlfriend loves it.
Who's your favorite fighter?
My favorite fighter would probably have to be Frank Mir or Chris Lieben. I know Chris Lieben ain't that great, but I just love the guy.
No, he's got heart though.
No,
he's
yeah,
got heart for miles.
And he drinks a lot. I think he's got like 2 DUIs, so I think we hang out great.
I'm a huge Mirko Krokop fan.
Mirko, yeah.
Mirko has always been one of my
Back in his
favorites.
pride days, he was amazing when he got to the UFC. He got
Yeah,
smashed,
he flopped.
but
He
nonetheless,
flopped like a pancake.
nonetheless, a legend.
Word.
Yeah.
I don't really have that many hot. I go to work. I play video games. I barbecue. I masturbate. I seriously do a lot.
And he has a goal.
Your mom said that-
when I'm not with her, I still jerk off. It's weird.
Your mom said your socks are crunchy.
Yeah. I get the toddler size because he knows my dick's small, and he said drinking beer's not a hobby. I drink a shitload of beers, and I just play metal music. I mean,
Yeah, we got to that point to being like, yeah, I was at this place and I was drunk. We're like, well, that's a given. We don't have to say that anymore. Yeah, we was drunk.
especially my life is just work, come home, play video games, play metal, drink beers, jerk off. I really don't have nothing else, man.
Hey, those are hobbies. Someone else might not consider them hobbies, but
It consists of my time.
that makes it a hobby. Jesse?
I hang out with my kids. Yeah, hang out with my wife. Those are my hobbies. Video games. Trying to take.
You watch anime.
Yeah,
you know
I watch anime. A lot of it too. Like I'm an anime nerd. I try to get my wife to go dancing. She doesn't like dancing.
What kind of dancing? Like hip hop or like salsa?
Electronic dance music.
That's what's up. Rave time.
Like raving. Yeah.
I'm down with it. I like the rave.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, our last question for y'all is your opinion on how BUMM has affected our local music scene.
See, well, I mean, that goes back to where we were talking about, like I don't care if we've gotten national. Well, actually, I do care if we've got national recognition, but nonetheless, that kind of goes back for me is like we kind of like wouldn't be fucking like really known like right now as we are if it wasn't for BUMM and all us metal bands coming together. You know, like this is kind of like a nice step for all us metal bands to maybe go on our ways, but nonetheless come back, you know, every year for the annual year and fucking, you know, do the thing. So, I mean, BUMM's definitely affected our band because we probably wouldn't have this much recognition.
So this is out of fuck. We've grown a lot tremendously. Like, I think it was y'all that turned us on to the whole Lake Charles scene and shit. Y'all turned us on to Lethal Arts. Jared's a badass fucking guy.
If you're watching this, Jared, you're awesome.
Jared, yeah. I'd blow you if you were here. Yeah. Saying like we'd probably still be playing at Kings. We'd probably still be playing at Kings. In Port Arthur somewhere. I mean, I don't like. I'm just saying, like, it really has. I've noticed a lot since like this whole thing came towards us. I think I first found out about it whenever we did like pictures for Avarice like about a year ago. Yeah. I think that's whenever I was first finding out about it, and ever since then, like, it's blown up. A lot of people known about shit. We made papers a lot. Like bands around here made papers a lot, probably mainly just because of them.
We've been on the local media quite a bit, you know. Not just for us. You know, I mean, it is nice to have Beaumont Underground recognized for the for the bands. But I mean, it's helped a lot. We busted our butts trying to get in their ass and spread our arms and be like, hey, you're gonna write stuff about the metal bands, because one thing I've noticed with some of the media people and people that don't really listen to metal, they don't realize how technical the music is. They don't realize that it's technical, because they look at classical music and they're like, man, that's unbelievably well written, which it is. But to me, I don't know if y'all read the Cat 5 that we just had on Bombfest, but I talked to Beth, the editor for Cat 5, and she was asking what some of the intrigue was for me, and I was like,
composition.
Classical music is written so immaculate, and metal is classical music for the ADHD. That's what it is to me. I run on such a high charge, and it just feeds that to me. And it's just unbelievably well written. Jesse, you got anything to say about that?
When I started this band 4 or 5 years ago, we couldn't get shows. That didn't happen at all. I mean, yeah, we put in a CD for the local homegrown. They never played it, and
But you said they probably didn't even believe you, because the
Yeah,
CD's so
probably
like
did.
CD
I mean,
quality, like you were just turning shit in from like other bands.
and
Yeah, because that first album, the quality for that was outstanding.
like the work that y'all did with Praetus, and then when y'all evolved to Ashland Martyr, and then Kingdom Mafia started blowing up, and y'all paved the way for bands like us. The more, I wouldn't necessarily say, but like farther down the spectrum, because like y'all do deathcore, we're more along the traditional death metal, so to speak. So we would have never had a shot if it wasn't for Bob. So y'all got my vote. It's a fucking fraternity for metal bands, and like watching like the Bumpfest, just all the people coming together. I think they had like 400 people. We raised $2,500 for
400. She smoked us on 400. We actually had closer to 7.
Really?
Oh, okay.
We sold 350 pre-sale tickets.
Okay. But yeah, man. Bumpfest to me, that was
a fuck
the highlight,
man.
That was a highlight for us, man.
It was,
That was awesome, man. That was fucking
really
awesome.
good. Next year is just going to be even better.
Hell yeah.
Hope you consider us.
Oh, dude, man. I'm telling you, the plans that we have for Bonefest next year are just going to blow this past one out of the water, which is saying a lot. From a band's point of view, it's really, next year's going to blow this past year out of the water. But we appreciate y'all appreciating us.
Y'all go out of y'all's fucking way, man. And
If
we
it wasn't
really
for y'all,
fucking
we would
appreciate it.
not be playing shows.
I couldn't do what you did. I'd be like, fuck that. I'm gonna drink some beer.
The stuff
I'm not gonna call this person.
The stuff we do is for y'all and for all the other bands, and it's just going to keep getting better as long as everybody keeps.
We really do appreciate it.
I hope, I think, I may be wrong about this, but it seems like y'all's end goal is to put Beaumont on the map to where it's, I could be
One of the biggest
for straws.
markets.
Yeah, just a metal mecca.
It is. Our goal, our ultimate goal, Matt and I have talked over and over. People talk about the San Antonio market, the Dallas market, even the Houston market. And granted, those are three of the biggest. Those are three of the biggest cities. They are the 3 biggest cities in Texas. Ours is not that big, but people are already talking about it because everybody's come together and fighting the fight together instead of trying to fight it individually. And 2-3 years from now, I've already got people hitting my door down trying to come and play here, and we've only got a handful of venues that they can play at, and it causes a problem in that respect. But people are already recognizing. 2 years from now, it's going to be ridiculous. Okay. As long as everybody still keeps driving, doesn't give up.
Yeah, well, if we ever became a national act or did anything like that, man, we'd actually definitely go out of our way to, play the annual BUMM or something like that,
That's
man.
what's up.
Can't fucking forget where you came from and people that fucking helped you out, so.
That's what's up. Well, I appreciate y'all doing the interview with us. So our boys in Behelit, they were the band of the month for May. I'm Jared Talbot from Beaumont Underground. Y'all stay cool.